Welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas 2019. If you saw day 3, then you know what's going on. Yesterday I had filmed introduction to everybody in my herd, but that it was going to be a very, very long video, so I decided to split it up. I showed you the girls yesterday, and today I will show you the boys. So let's get on in there. Now we're at the boys' barn. The main thing I gotta do here is fill up their water tank. And I don't know, can you see the little goldfish in there? There's 5 goldfish in here. Couple gold ones, couple white ones, and then there's one that has gold, white, and black. Okay, and then I have bottles of salt water to float around in here in an effort to not have it freeze over on the top, which has worked and not worked, but hey. So here we are in the boys' barn, and this has been an addition since the last time I did any podcast or vlogging out here, because I was acquiring so many boys. I got so many boys this year. The little black tank that I had out here for water just was not enough at all. I had this somewhere else on the property. It came with the property. There used to be horses here, and so this was out in the pasture somewhere, and I hadn't used it for years, and it dawned on me one day, hey, what size is that? Like, in my memory, I thought it was bigger than this, but I was like, let's put it over in the boys' barn. This is the same place where the old tank was, and like, they would have water for days before I had to do anything. You can see how far down it is. I just now put the hose in. This probably has not had any water put in it for about 5 days, and we have about 22 alpacas drinking out of it. Hey, you know, it lasts a long time. Okay, so that's why the goldfish are in there. Actually, I have a smaller tank in the girls' barn with 2 goldfish, and their job is to keep the water clean. They eat like the hay and stuff that's in there, because what these guys do, as you can see there, he has little hay sticking out of his mouth. Okay, a little bit of hay sticking out of his mouth. So they'll go eat, they'll have hay sticking out of their mouth, they'll come and drink water, and then it'll end up dropping into the water. Well, those fish eat that stuff and help keep it clean. That way I don't have to change it out so much, and you can imagine what a bear this would be to dump out and put in fresh water regularly. So that's why they are in there. While I'm over here, let's introduce you to some animals. This group over here is my big boy group. I'll get over there in a moment. I'm on my, what I end up calling little boys side. This section here is between the girls. Now, if you can see far in the background there's a fence. That is the girls' pasture. And so this section here, at its smallest, it's 100 feet wide. It's designed for the boys over there, that when they get weaned, they come into here, they get to share a fence with their mom on one side, and then a fence with the boys that eventually they're going to grow up and live with on the other side, but in safety. Alpacas and llamas are weaned at about 6 months of age. 6 to 9 months. 9 is pushing it, because males have been recorded to sire a cria at 9 months old. So you want to get them out earlier than that. But they're too small to handle all the rough housing that happens with these big boys. And they also don't have the hormones to help them fight back when fighting occurs. So this section here was designed for them to grow up until they mature. Okay, so in the meantime though, I do have some geldings in here. There's 2 alpacas. This white alpaca here is Kino. Hey, Kino. He came with the group of Onyx and Charla and all of them. And then Cowboys, the brown one over there. He came from another group, another group in in western Nebraska. I've had him for a while. He's one of my PR guys. Actually, Kino and Cowboy in here are my PR guys. If there's ever an event that I take alpacas to, it's these two guys. They love people. They're great on the halter. They're great with kids. Kino will give you kisses galore. That's this guy here. He loves giving kisses. He loves people. So they're in here because they're gelded, and I don't know, it's just safer. You know, they don't want a rough house and they can get picked on by the other guys. So I was like, I have the space, so I just stick them in here. Hello. I don't have any treats for you, bud. No treats. Sorry. So the only one in here that actually fits the purpose of this space is this guy here. You can see the other three are llamas. Oliver. Oliver is a 1-year-old llama. He was born last year. He was Bridget's last cria. Hi, bud. But as you can see, at 1 year old, he is bigger than a male alpaca. His mama was big. His daddy's big. His daddy's in the other group. You'll see him in a moment. And so he fits that grouping of, he's just not of age to handle over there, although he probably, based just observing him, he could probably handle himself, but he's over here for a little while. This guy right here is Thunder. He belongs to a friend of mine. He was the very first guard llama for my girls in their early years here in Nebraska. When I first moved here, a friend of mine let me use a pasture and barn that he had that he only used for calving, which is only in the spring each year. And then he got Thunder to guard them because he heard that llamas make good guard animals, and I was talking about, oh, it'd be nice to have a llama. He went and got Thunder. Well, 3-4 years ago when I got my own property and I moved all my animals here, Thunder stayed there and basically became a pet. When he's there, he now guards calves. But cattle get put in fields where there's no shelter, and they eat things that llamas can't. So in the winter, Thunder comes here, and he gets to be in this group because he's also gelded, and he just kind of lives life with some llama friends, and he enjoys it. And then in the spring, he goes back over to his place and gets to guard those calves, take care of the calves. In the meantime, here he's treated like everybody else. Back home, he gets spoiled, very spoiled. So he's gone through his little adjustment. He's been here maybe 2 weeks. He's adjusted now. He doesn't have as many expectations of me, like giving him tons of food like his owners tend to do. But hey, you could see him chowing down. He's doing good. Okay, and then we have Gus. Hello, Gus. Gus is 3 years old. He is a son of Bridget, half brother to Oliver. He is gelded, and he's gonna stay the guard llama for this group. He will stay in here indefinitely because he is gelded. He is a wonderful guard. Oh my gosh, he has great guard instincts, and he's just an overall nice llama. He's just a nice llama. Yeah, kind of like an ostrich there. Let's see how far I could stick my head in there. And look at how big his head is. You know how far he went in? They're so funny. They're so funny. Okay, let's go see the other guys. Okay, so here's my big group of boys. And like I said before, all these guys are going to be intact. Let's start with this guy right here. This is Star. He came with the group that I bought most recently. So he came with Sasha, Lexi, and Alex. He's the male I was telling you about. He came with some ribbons from a couple of good shows. So I'm looking forward to not next spring's harvest off of him, because that would be 2 years. It's kind of messed up. It might be more of a hand processing kind of thing, but the following year he'll have some great fiber that I can use. His teeth need to be done. You might have seen that earlier when I was talking about the water. Like I said, these animals just didn't get what they needed. No, the nails weren't done, the teeth weren't done, they didn't get sheared. Now, teeth and nails tend to happen at shearing time, so that's why he's partly why he's overdue. But next spring we'll take care of all that. His teeth are at a state where I probably need to handle that sooner than later. Right here, let me get out of the way, is Roman. He came to me when he was 1 month old when I first got Bridget. And he is, I believe, a full brother of Gus, of course a half brother of Oliver. And he is top-notch guard. Awesome, awesome guard. And a wonderful personality. When you come and visit the ranch, he wants your attention front and center, and he does not mind you touching him or anything, which is unusual. See, he's like, what you got? What you got for me? He's awesome. One of the things I want to do is train him and Gus to do something together, like pull a cart or something. Okay. This guy here is Epic. He and 3 others, 3 Surrey boys, came from someone who is semi-retiring this year, also in Nebraska. And again, one of those situations where someone was retiring and I said, I want them to go to a good home. I know they take good care of them. So this is Epic. I know he has a wonderful fiber, but look at what he did. Oh, the other side is, what'd you trip for, bud? He's covered in burrs. He rolled in some kind of burr pile. And so at shearing, or before shearing, I need to get all that stuff out of there. Okay, the way he's kind of staggering, I need to watch him. If he has M-worm too now, I gotta watch that. Okay, there's a guy in the back. I wonder if he'll come over. I'll let him do his thing because he's gonna get a little demonstration. Okay, let's make our way around. Keep my eye on Epic here. No, don't really like what I'm seeing. Okay, this is what... This guy here is one of the 4 guys that came. I believe he's either Kincaid or Accent. I forget. I mix them up still. See, here's another one that came in that group. Okay, so this is Accent and Kincaid, and right now I can't tell you which is which. This guy here is Billy. He came from Wyoming with Molly and Jessica. I actually brought him back for somebody else, but they haven't come and got him yet, so he might just be mine. He's a good boy too. Yeah. Then we have Vinny. This is Oliver's dad and one of my first male guard llamas. And I love all of his fiber. He is just beautiful. You could see all the other llamas I have, except for Oliver, have more of a classic style. Billy is a classic style of llama. His fiber is different. It grows different. His leg covering is different versus Vinny. I just love the way he looks. He's so striking. And he's really come out of his shell and gotten a lot more comfortable here over the years. That's mostly thanks to my mom, who kind of coursed him with treats over the years. All right, this black guy here is Orpheus. He is one of the 10. So he came with, actually Andres is his dad, came with a group of Triton and Blessing and Taxi in that group there. We have Cio Calate, Cio for short. He came from Colorado. I bought him a couple years ago. This is Maximus. He came with the very first group of alpacas that I got. He is Jules' dad. Okay, this light fawn here, I can get him to look. This is Rum Chato. Rum, bud. Awesome, awesome fiber. One of my great fiber boys. I use him for breeding. Love him a lot. I got him when he was 1 year old, and he's grown into such a striking alpaca. I actually got him from the same farm. Well, no, he was born at the same farm as Epic, Accent, Kincaid, and the other one that you haven't seen yet. He was actually born there, and I love him a lot. This little guy down here, this is Butte. He actually belongs to someone about an hour and a half away, where Thor is staying right now. I haven't talked about Thor yet, and if you watched my last podcast from March, and some ones before that, you kind of hear the story of Thor. But Thor is at another place right now for some behavior modification. Butte and another one that I need to find. Oh, he's down the hill here. They were here for breeding, some of my Surrey girls, and we just haven't swapped back yet. All right, a guy who kind of moved in the midst here. This is Bear. Bear came at the same time as Cowboy. This boy produces so much fiber. When he gets sheared, the blanket is massive. It is so massive. Yes, we're talking about you. I bet you it is about 9 or 10 pounds off of him, maybe even more. It is just, like I said, massive. So much fiber. And when he's shorn, he's not as small as the rest. He's just a thick, big boy, and he's dense. He produces a lot of fiber. It's not the highest quality of fiber that comes from my herd, but there's a lot of it. Okay, actually, that's it for everybody here. We're going to look down the hill here. Let me go down the hill. Let me get to where the lighting is better. Get on the other side here. This is Navarro. Where are you going? All right. Him and Butte came together, so he belongs to someone in Grand Island. I bred him to Fanny. And I can't wait to see what comes out of those two because they're both so beautiful. Okay, and then the final one I see over here is Chobani, one of the 4 guys that came from the semi-retired group. Now, Chobani is the son of Epic and the Best of Show ribbon winner for the Nebraska State Fair 2019. Look at him. Hi, bud. He is half Wakaya, half Surrey. Came out Surrey. The judges love him. Okay, now I gotta count everybody. I knew I was missing somebody. I see Shaman coming up the way. It's got to be Riley with him. Let me go turn their water off and we'll catch up with them when they get up here. Come on, guys. We have people who want to meet you. Riley is there on the right. He is the son of Rose and an excellent fiber producer. He has awesome fiber and he's super sweet. He was born in my yard and he is 2 days younger than Rum Chato, who I just call Rum. So they are the best of friends. And then this guy here is Shama. Oh, they're probably coming in for water. I love his coloring, the white face with all the, he's a dark silver gray and he has all these colorful spots. I mean, literally spots. I see a dark brown, I see a light fawn. Let me show you on the other side too. Spot. He is from Colorado. He came with CO, and the story was Shama was put on a rehome site, and a rehome site. He came from an alpaca farm that did shows, but he would not behave in the show ring. And it's still true. You put him on a halter and he does not want to do what you want him to do. He wants to do what he wants to do, and he will fight you every step of the way. So there have been times I've put a coat on and off him because he'll shiver sometimes. And it's a circus. It's a rodeo to get that thing on and off him. And now it's like, bud, don't shiver because I can't put a coat on you anymore. You're gonna send me to the chiropractor. But I went to pick him up in Colorado and ended up buying CO. Yeah. So that does it. Everyone's accounted for.